Right? 7 things men are never taught. Goddamn, bro. I'm going from being your older brother to your father because your daddy never taught you this. Shoot, I would say nobody teaches you these things. I don't even know if I've taught you these things. I don't think anybody online has taught you these things. These are things that you have to learn as a man. I'll give you a good example of this. I never heard once my father, nobody in my family ever tell me that your masculinity makes you desirable. As a matter of fact, all I ever heard was that your masculinity made you toxic or was a bad thing. But as you grow up and you realize that the men that win with women, especially in the long term, are the ones that are the most in their masculine frame. It is the nice guy, the dweeb, the weak guy that always gets walked all over, gets cheated on, gets played on, gets dragged on, gets toyed with. They only talk to you when they're sad or when they're looking for some sort of validation. But the masculine man is the man that is truly desirable. And by no means does this mean that you disrespect women. Being masculine, all it actually means is that you're true to your biological nature. You're true to what your characteristics are inside of you. What does this mean? This will mean that you'll be disciplined. This means that you're going to be competitive. This means that you're going to be both physically and mentally strong. This means that you're going to be logical. This means that you're going to reason, right? So you being true to those things gives you strength. It actually makes them stay around. And the problem is that most men that aren't masculine are afraid, right? They're afraid to say no. And that's why you're the nice guy and you always say yes and you give her whatever she wants. But it is those men that actually end up losing. Which takes me to number 2. You should care about your appearance as much as women do. Again, I've never heard anybody ever say that. Except your older bro right now. You don't understand how important attractiveness is. You think, oh, but women fall in love with their ears, right? Women will fall in love with you if you're a good. No, bro. There's a whole study on this. But women see physical attractiveness as a gatekeeper. Meaning, if you're not even above a certain threshold of attractiveness, it doesn't matter what's behind that gate. It doesn't matter if you're a great guy, right? You adopt puppies on the weekend and you work at shelter homes and this, that, and even, it won't even matter that you have money. They won't even give you a second chance, which is what I've talked about before, right? Money is not a cure-all. You could still be a skinny, nerdy dweeb with a lot of money. Yeah, you can pay for hookers, but no girl's gonna actually be in love with you, like obsessed with you. You have to care about your physical attractiveness just as much as women do. What does that mean? That means you're going to go to the gym. That means you're going to care about the clothes you put on. Make sure it fits your frame. This doesn't mean you have to be latest in designer. Just make sure it fits. That means you're going to care about your grooming, right? Your skin. Make sure it's on point. You're going to care about your beard. You're going to care about your hair. You're going to make sure everything's trimmed up and cleaned up. You do that, you increase your physical attractiveness as much as possible, then those gates open. Then they're paying attention and all your great attributes will come to fruition. They're gonna sell themselves. This takes me to number 3. You are in control of your own protection. Again, people like to sing kumbaya and think, we live in euphoria where everyone's looking out for you. No, bro. No one's looking out for you. Nobody will care more about you than you. And that's coming up from your older brother. Not even me. Nope, nobody. You gotta care out for you. You gotta look out for you. You gotta protect your own assets. You gotta look out for yourself. If your stuff gets stolen, if you're in debt, this, that, or the other, guess who has to solve that problem? You. And this is why our sponsor, Aura, I love this sponsor because, when it comes to you as dudes, most of our assets, most of what we actually value is right here. It's on this phone. It's all online, right? These are passwords to our social media accounts. These are our bank accounts. These are our crypto accounts, our investment accounts. We do everything here. And most of you do not protect it. It's not like the old days, right? It's not like they're going to put a gun to your head and take everything you got. No, they're going to take it from your phone, some random hacker that you'll never even see. And you don't even know how to defend yourself through that. That's why I love our sponsor, Aura, because it gives you the control you need. Here's the thing about Aura. They don't only protect you. It's like multifaceted. For example, if you're tired of all those like telemarketing and email marketing, Aura is actually looking out for all of your personal information online. And when they see that you're part of these email lists, etc., they will opt out of all of this on your behalf so you don't have to be dealing with those phone calls and those emails, etc. They also monitor your emails and your passwords to make sure that they're not part of any sort of data breach or leak. This happens all the time where your stuff gets leaked and it's breached. It's out there in the dark web. Aura is parsing through all of this to make sure your stuff's not out there and exposed. If that's not enough, Aura also has VPN. It also has password management. It also has real-time credit card check and identity theft. Aura has pretty much every sort of internet safety feature you could need in one singular app. That's what Aura has. It's an all-encompassing app, and for a limited time, you can go to aura.com/TMF. It's going to be linked down below as well, and you're gonna get a 14-day free trial. Bro, absolutely free. You can start covering yourself, and you're gonna see, and then you can see if any of your data has been breached to make sure your stuff is safe. If you guys wanna check it out, it'll be linked down below. Number 4, you gotta be strong outwards to be able to be strong inwards. See, everybody tells you to go to the gym, but it does. You know, the reasons why you go to the gym are surface level. Your health, physical, and confidence, right? Everybody knows that. But the one thing you don't realize that happens is that the amount of discipline you have to take to first decide to do it and then act upon that decision. And then once you're there, push yourself to an uncomfortable point where you're quite literally causing your body harm. You're tearing your muscles just for the benefit of growth and health and confidence, right? The mental discipline and callousness to do that, what ends up happening is that you end up realizing that anything in life that you truly want is hard. It'll take a lot of hard work. It'll make you go through pain. And the more you do and work on the outward of your body to become physically strong, the more you will become mentally strong. And what ends up happening is you almost become a masochist. I've gotten to a point where I just like doing really hard things that I know are gonna absolutely suck. And I get excited when I see that nobody else is doing them. For example, I love long runs. The other day I went on a run, it was probably like 5 degrees outside. It was snowing with rain. It was horrible. It was a 20-mile run. There was absolutely nobody in sight. It took me probably 4 hours to complete, a little bit under 4 hours. When I got home, I was shivering. It was the worst pain I've possibly done. And I was recording stories during the time, and I was quite literally laughing. And as I was running, I was only thinking about the fact that nobody else would want to do this right now. And the reason why you would want to get to that point is because you'll understand that in life, the harder your goal is, right? The more you want to attain that goal, $10 million a year, a goal that you know everybody wants, you have to understand you're going to have to put yourself in a situation where your problems are going to be so uncomfortable, nobody else will want them. Number 5, stop sexualizing women. Again, most men don't tell you this. And bro, I grew up around, like, you know, when you grow up, your friends, just all you do is sexualize girls. All you do is talk about girls in a sexual manner, right? The locker room talk, that's all we're known for. Nobody is stopping and telling you, stop sexualizing them. And the reason for that is because you're a dweeb, bro. The reason you can't talk to girls is because you over-sexualize them. You have destroyed your lizard brain by watching so much pornography, by thinking of girls in that way in such an aggressive manner that anytime you talk to a girl, you get awkward because you take it to the extreme immediately. And look, obviously women, it's a beautiful gift from God, right? I'm not telling you to not enjoy it. What I'm telling you is that you need to learn to control it. You need to control that primal instinct. Your greatest weakness in life will be women. You don't understand this. You think it's the greatest blessing, and it is a great blessing. But your weakness will be women. You will fold to a beautiful woman. You will do whatever a beautiful woman tells you to do. A bad girl, bro, she will ruin your life. And again, because you will think with your second head and not your primary head, you will lose. Number 6, you are only as good as your friends. You know, I almost would rather you be a Sigma man, whatever they're called. I think that's what they call them, right? A lone wolf, than be surrounded by a group of bad friends, because they will bring you down every single time. Anytime you try to build yourself up as a man, anytime you're having like a real problem, something difficult to deal with, they're not gonna help you out. They're not gonna give you good advice. You know what their advice is gonna be? Yo, take a hit of this blunt. Yo, let's go party. Yo, let's drink, right? They're gonna try to get your mind off of that, but they're not gonna actually help you, because the only way they can help you is like straight up debauchery. They can only help you with hedonism, because that's all they do. They're gonna bring you back down, and you will not be able to progress, which ultimately takes me to my last and final rule. Work against the norm. If you truly want to be a 1% type of guy, You have to analyze your life, analyze culture, and then work to try to go against it. Culture preaches self-love, self-love, self-love. Why not practice selflessness? Nobody talks about that. Right? Nobody pushes that. Right? Culture preaches drugs, alcohol, think about yourself, screw family and kids. That's what the current culture is telling you. Yet you know that the only thing that will last the test of time will be building future generations and raising up kids that are great. Culture tells you work-life balance. Oh no, you're working too much. 40 hours are too much. So you know, okay, that means I have to work 3x that or 2x that, whatever the number is. Right? You will go against what culture tells you if you truly want to be a 1% man.